Alright, what's up guys? Let's get ready to rock and roll with a brand new customs video for LEGO DC Supervillains. Today, we're gonna go on ahead and first and foremost, I guess, welcome Galactus to the video, who's looking pretty epic, if I must say so myself. Well, looking a little small, so let's make him a bit bigger. There we go. Now he's looking a lot more Galactus-esque. But first, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of a brief interruption. We're gonna get to the video in just one sec, but I want to thank the lovely folks over at Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring today's video, which is very, very exciting, and I need your guys' support with today's video. So, what exactly is Raid Shadow Legends? It's an RPG game that has been an absolute blast to play. I've put quite a bit of time into it already, just messing around, and I have to say the gameplay is pretty cool as well, so we'll get to that in just one second. But the first thing I do want to point out is actually the graphics. I mean, this right here is my favorite character, my favorite champion. This is Galactus. He's level 12 now. He's pretty legit. He's got 2 giant axes, and he can do a lot of damage. You'll see in just a moment. And then, of course, the other thing that I did want to go on ahead and mention is the fact that the daily login rewards program for brand new players has now been doubled from 90 days all the way up to 180 days. So over the course of each day, you can claim your free rewards, which includes energy refills, gems, shards, silver, and a free barbarian legendary champion, which is pretty awesome. And so with that in mind, let's get to some gameplay, shall we? So we're gonna go into battle. There's several different modes in the game. So far, I've played the dungeons, I've checked out arena, which has been pretty cool as well. There's also another mode that I haven't unlocked yet because I need to, I guess, either join a clan or set up a clan, which is the clan boss mode. But we're gonna go into campaign. I've saved the main boss fight for us to actually check out. So we have stage number 7 with the epic boss fight at the end of that stage. Let's get into it. We're gonna hit battle. Our current team looks pretty stacked already, so we're gonna hit start, and we are ready to venture forth. So let's do this thing. And as you can see right off the bat, we've got a bunch of lizard monsters that we need to battle. So what we're gonna do is, I think I'm actually gonna go on ahead and power up the team. Then here's the best champion in my opinion on my team, is Galactus, who lands Hellraiser and just absolutely shreks these guys. Okay, so now we've made it over to the boss fight, and as you can see, this is quite the boss here. It's like a giant lizard monster of some sort. So let's see, I guess we're gonna go, let's take out the little henchmen out first, I think, just so that they're not doing damage to us. We're gonna go for Hellraiser again. Nice, that was a lot of damage right there. The double axe smash, doing pretty good. Another giant mace attack and double axes. Okay, it looks like we took a little bit of toxin damage. We could heal up a little bit here, so why not? And we're gonna, nice, good damage there. And do we build, no, actually I think we might be able to get the KO here. Oh, not quite. Okay, yes, there we go. And so just like that, we are victorious in this boss fight. Here's where you guys will actually get to benefit from clicking the link down in the description box below, because new players to Raid Shadow Legends will actually get a really cool bonus pack. If you want to access that bonus pack outside of clicking the link below, you will, once you've entered the game, go into the top right corner and you'll see there's a little box there, and then when you click that box, it'll be in your inbox. And you're going to get a brand new champion or a brand new hero. And then in addition to that, 200,000 coins. So that will get you started and get you off to a pretty good start in your Raid Shadow Legends adventure. With that being said, as I mentioned before, guys, click the link down in the description box below to gain access to the rewards that I already mentioned. Thank you guys so very much for the support of this video. And with that in mind, thank you to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back to the video. Now, with that in mind, of course, you've read the title, so you know what we're building today. It is the one, the only, the Batman who laughs. So I'm actually really stoked to go on ahead and try out this design. This is, of course, LEGO DC Supervillains, so it is fitting to try to build out an actual DC related character, and that means that we should be able to go on ahead and do a decent job with this character here today. He's not going to be the easiest to build, and I know people are going to say, why is that? Because he's actually pretty straightforward. I mean, the vast majority of his costume is pretty much black, so what's so complicated about that? But you have to imagine that if we literally just made a character that's just in a black outfit without any details or anything like that, it would look very, very bland. So our goal is to go on ahead and actually make him somewhat, at least, detailed as well. So that is what we're gonna attempt here today. Of course, if you don't know who Batman Who Laughs is, it's basically an evil version of Batman that was introduced in, I think, Teen Titans number 12? No, I think Teen Titans 12, I'm pretty sure. So, not too long ago. This is the more recent Teen Titans series, and it's a pretty epic character design. He played a big factor in the Metals storyline, the Dark Knight's Metal. So if you haven't had a chance to read that, go check it out as well. Now, with that being said, let's get rocking and rolling. I guess the first thing we need to do is try to find a scythe for this guy, because he does use a scythe sort of thing in the comics. I'm trying to find maybe that. Yeah, that could probably work. That'll do. Okay, so that's going to be his kind of weapon of choice there. Okay, so time to design the actual look of the character. So we're going to kick things off by first and foremost changing the skin tone, because he is kind of a combination of Batman and Joker almost into one character. So that's what we're going for here. Now, for the arms, again, we could go just with the plain black look, just like this, but I think that that's going to be overly simplified. So instead, at the very least, we're going to use the Alfred cufflinks, so it kind of gives you a little bit of that cooler look, because the entire character design of the Batman Who Laughs is covered in what essentially looks like belt buckles and those sorts of things. Almost something like this would work, too. I think that could be interesting. That could be an interesting look, but let's see what else is available. We're going to scroll through before we jump to a decision on which one we're actually going to use. That could be interesting looking, but again, I think that that is almost a little bit too much of other colors like silvers into the look of the character, so I don't know if that will look all that great. What about something like this? I think that would actually be really cool, because it gives us a bit more of a texture on the costume. So I think that works decently well. And so does this, oddly enough. This could work also. This would be a pretty applicable look. But I think that, honestly, I think that Rain looks a little bit cleaner, because it also gives you that kind of belt buckle look on the forearms that the Batman Who Laughs has. Okay, so that's excellent. Now, moving along from there, I think we'll do the leg design next. So again, we could go with the plain black, but let's see if we can find something that will be a tad bit more detailed. Curious to see how this looks, because he does wear essentially like a trench coat sort of thing, so we want to try to replicate that. Now, of course, since it's a black design on top of a black design, it becomes a little bit difficult to distinguish, because you can't really tell which one is which. But we're still going to take a look here, and we might have to go with this one just so that we at least have the outline, especially because it's very difficult to make out here in the customizer. But once we're out and about in the actual game, and you could see things a little bit brighter because you have different lighting elements, I think it will actually stand out enough to where we'll be able to notice those highlights. I guess you could also go with the Rain leg piece if you want, just for more details, if that's something that you feel is missing here. Wonder what recolors on this. Ooh. So that might be actually even better, because it gives you a little bit more of a lineup. Now, the other thing I should point out is that, keep in mind, you could also probably go this route, and instead of just making the entirety of the costume dark black, you could introduce a little bit of grays into it. Unfortunately, there's only one shade of gray here. Maybe the dark blue could work. No, it's definitely very clearly blue. So that's the closest that you're going to probably get to a look that would be not completely black as far as the colors are concerned. So I don't know. To me, I think we're going to stick with the black design, just because I think it's going to look the cleanest once we are done with the overall look. Now, for the torso, I guess technically it would make sense to probably use the Commissioner Gordon piece here, just so it blends in again. And you get kind of a belt buckle look, so that's neat. I'm trying to think. I guess let's do the torso next. Sorry, that was the hips, not the torso. I know I said torso. My apologies on that. Okay. Now we're looking for something that will have a lot of belt buckles. That's kind of the key element of the Batman Who Laughs. So let's begin scrolling through here. That will not work. I'm trying to remember if there is any character that really has a lot of belt buckles for their design. And I can't really recall any specific ones. So that's why we're going to just slowly but surely kind of scroll through the options here. And then, of course, make a judgment call on which one would actually look the best overall. Yeah, that's not going to work. So let's keep going here. And if you could get rid of the white lines there. If you could turn those black, that would be pretty good. That would look pretty clean. Let's see. Ooh, okay, what about this? This definitely has some belt buckles. The problem is that it doesn't recolor everything. If it did, that one would have honestly worked pretty well for what we're trying to replicate here. Unfortunately, it does not color swap the entirety of the torso piece, only parts of it, so can't really use that one. So let's keep scrolling. Something like this. Nope, that's not going to work. Okay. It seems like we're getting closer towards the end of the options here, so this is not good, to say the least. Because we're kind of running out of options. Okay, so you could go this route. I also do want to try to see what would the look be if we just chose, let's say, like a regular torso. And then if we did dark gray on the details. I think that could work too. In fact, it probably would look cleaner. It does not have... I'm trying to think, maybe there's some way that we could, like, replicate. I guess kind of a bat logo is not too bad. So we can kind of go with something like that, let's say. Okay. I just want to see one more time. Oh, actually, what about this? I didn't even try that. If we repaint this... Nope. I think this looks a little bit better, honestly. I think we'll go with that. Okay. So, now is the more difficult aspect, and that is the face, because that's really where most of the personality of the character will come through. So we need to select the Joker face, or a Joker face. There's actually a couple that we can choose from here. So I think we're going to go with the animated series one. I think that one will look better. And then what we need is a helmet. Now, you could go for the bat helmet, but that would not be the most accurate. You do get the longer ears this way, which looks pretty clean. Okay, so let's say we keep this part that way. I guess part of the difficulty here is how do you add onto the eyes? He has like these spikes, which I honestly am not certain how he can see through that, but let's just scroll through real quick just to see if there's anything better. I don't think there will be. Nope, there is not. Is there any way that we could possibly incorporate more into the eyes? I don't think so. I don't think it'll look any better there. So one thing that I do want to add is probably the shoulder pads here, just because I think they're going to add a little bit more depth to the character. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be our take on the Batman Who Laughs. He's got his epic scythe. He's looking absolutely terrifying. Let's go on ahead and take a look at the character out and about and see what he actually turned out like overall here. Now, of course, don't forget, guys, if you do end up building the Batman Your Laugh, the Batman Who Laughs yourself, Please don't forget to share it over on Twitter or Instagram at Blitzwinger or on Facebook, The Blitzwinger. Looking forward to seeing what you guys can come up with. There's our take on the Batman Who Laughs. And as you can see, I told you guys, those lines that seemed like they were pretty much invisible in the customizer, you can clearly tell where they are. So they actually do work pretty well. With that in mind, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace!